Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, and we continue our 2018 Fall Sports Preview with Pittsville Panther football head coach, Mark Denniston. Mark, thanks for being on the show today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, good. Well, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to learn, hopefully, a little bit about Pittsville football, learn a bit about you, and who knows what else. Maybe a couple other things will come up, too. But so as we'll just dig right in here, Coach. We'll start back 2017. We'll just briefly touch on last year, and then we'll move into expectations for this year. You won your first 6 games of the year, so got off to a really good start, finished 5-1 in the conference. What was your expectations for conference play coming into 2017?
Well, I think our conference season went about as we expected last year in terms of we expected to compete for a conference championship, and we came within a point of winning the conference. We lost to Wild Rose 7-6. They were a very good team last year. And so I think things went about as expected. I think the season overall we had high hopes because we knew we had a strong senior class. And I think the key for us maybe last year was we got off to a good start. We beat a good Auburndale team the first game of the season. Had a real thrilling win the second game against Rib Lake Prentice, another Marywood team. And then that kind of led us into our conference season. And we established some momentum. Played a good Dodgeland team mid-season, and I think that early on we got that confidence, and then that led us through.
Yeah, and you mentioned the game against Wild Rose. I'm going to talk about this a couple times during the show. Live stream available again all this year. You can check out ZaleskiSportsShow.com for the weekly live stream schedule. That game against Wild Rose you mentioned, that was one of our live stream games last year, and we had a lot of fun at that one. Now, I know how it is from a coach's point of view from my seat, but 7-6, that was some kind of game for sure. We look forward to that game. As we kind of move down the road here, and then in 2017, you beat Assumption in the playoffs, got a playoff win under your belt, and then ran into the Edgar Wildcats. And I can tell you, Coach, there is a whole line of coaches and football players that have ran into the Edgar Wildcats and bounced right out, and that just happened to be your outcome last year. What did you learn from that game?
Well, I think leading up to the game, I was real pleased with our guys in terms of I never got the sense that they thought it was a foregone conclusion that we were going to lose. I think that they approached the game with the mentality that we had a chance to win and we were going to give it our best shot. And I thought in the game we competed very well. We had maybe a few turnovers and a few big plays that made the score widen out a little bit more, but I thought we really competed well overall. And so that's, I guess, as a coach, really all you can ask from your team. And, it's kind of a sad ending in terms of that senior class. It had meant a lot to our program. Just great leaders and good guys. So I was sad to see them leave, but was also very proud of their effort in that game and really the whole season.
Yeah, good. Okay. And then we'll just dive right into 2018 here just a little bit. Let's maybe set the table, so to speak. How long have you been coaching, and then what motivates you to continue coaching as we go on here?
Well, I'll be entering my 5th season as head coach for football, and it'll be my 17th year overall as part of the program at Pittsville. I think there's different things that motivate me. The last 4 years and now continuing on, I have sons involved in the program. And so it's nice to be around them and their friends. The assistant coaches I have are all very good friends of mine, and I think most coaches would probably tell you that one of the things they enjoy about coaching are the relationships you make not only with players but with your coaches, and so those are things I really enjoy. And then I think just from the standpoint of watching young men grow, not only as players but hopefully as people, one of the things that we try to stress is that we're building young men, not just football players, and we try to take very seriously our roles as leaders for them, and so those are all things that I think make coaching enjoyable for me.
Yeah, good. Again, we're watching Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, and we're visiting today with Pittsville Panther head coach Mark Denniston. Mark, we talked briefly about the end of the season last year against Edgar. Those players that were juniors, they're now seniors. What do you expect from your seniors this year and just their overall leadership on the team?
Well, we expect our seniors to step in and fill those roles that our seniors from last year left. And I've been very pleased so far. We have a big, well, I guess for Pittsville, it's a big class of seniors, and they've stepped up and been great leaders for us, not only in the weight room this summer, in 7-on-7 and things like that, but since practice has started, they've really done a nice job. They're staying late, working on extra things, and so that's been a very positive development for us.
And as team sports goes, usually how your team begins a season is not how it ends. That team gets better, they change and evolve. Who are maybe one or two of those players that you think are really going to kind of maybe mid-season or somewhere in there just shoot right out and really escalate their game?
Well, I think offensively for us this year, we're basically replacing our entire skill position set. We'll have a new quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, all those things. And so, as I've mentioned in some of the other interviews I've done, it may take a little bit to have everything come together. But we're hoping that that happens sooner rather than later. But, you know, I think probably that'll start with our quarterback, Sam Hardinger, who was our starting tight end last year. But Sam has been doing a very nice job for us so far. He's a strong kid, really worked hard in the weight room, and he's been a good leader for us. And so I think our guys feed off of him a little bit, and I think as he goes offensively, you know, we may kind of follow.
Yeah, it sounds like an exciting season. You know, we're always excited about football here at Zaleski Sports. It's certainly our favorite time of the year. It's our Christmas season, so to speak. We just love the game so much. Before we talk about Week 1 Auburndale, let's maybe broaden out a little bit. What are the goals coming into the season? Is conference championship a goal? Is a deep playoff run? What are we looking for out of Pittsville football this year?
Well, I think conference-wise, we have the same goal that we had last year, and that's to compete at the top of the conference and potentially win a conference championship. I'm sure there are some people that would say, well, you know, wow, they lost all these players from last year, important players. But the thing in our conference is so did some of the other teams. And so in that sense, it's a little bit wide open. And so we feel good about our chances to compete at the top of the conference. And we expect that we'll be right there at the end of the season. In terms of playoffs, our goal, again, is to make the playoffs. And, you know, at that point, we kind of take it game by game. You know, last year, I was real pleased we won an exciting Level 1 game. And then, as I mentioned, we played tough, I thought, in Level 2. And we would hope to maybe be able to achieve that again this year.
Sure. Okay. And I mentioned live stream, Coach, a couple times. Live streams, again, available at ZaleskiSportsShow.com. Highlights of Pittsville fall sports and all other sports in the area available first on Facebook at Zaleski Sports Show. So with that being said, Coach, Week 1, we have on our live stream schedule Pittsville, Auburndale, and we're very much looking forward to that game. Last year, 24-8, you were on the winning end of that one up in Auburndale. We're just a couple days away from that game now. What are the thoughts coming into the first opening week against Auburndale?
Well, I think it'll be a great test of where we're at early. They're tough. They're big. I think anyone that knows anything about Auburndale knows they have a very big offensive line. For a D6 team, I don't know if you'll see many lines of that size. They probably have about 4 or 5 guys above 250 pounds. I don't know if we maybe have one. And so that will certainly be a test early on for us. I was really pleased last year. I didn't think our guys were intimidated by their size. And that's kind of what we've been preaching this year is, you know, they have size, but hopefully we can use some of our strengths to counteract that. But certainly it'll be a great test. Coach Anderson does a very nice job there. I remember him from his first stint as head coach, coaching football at Auburndale, and I have a lot of respect for him and his staff. And you know, we expect it'll be a tough game, and you know, we, as I said, think that we can be competitive. And hopefully come out on the winning end again. Yeah, well, you mentioned Coach Anderson. I'm sure he remembers 24-8 last year. He's probably reminding his guys this week. And so we think it's going to be a good game. That's why it's on our schedule. And we look forward to broadcasting that game. And we look forward to following you, Coach, all year. And the rest of the Panthers, wish you the best of luck. Thank you. All right, guys, you've been watching Coach on the Couch. Thanks to our guest coach today, Mark Denniston. And we will see you next time.